¿Qué tal, picudos? El día de hoy estamos aquí en el corazón de San Diego con mi amigo Alex. Sí, lo ven familiares porque él me vendió los gigantes Titus y Megator en la PowerCon hace ya varios años, cuando más o menos iniciamos el canal. Y pues el día de hoy nos invitó a su oficina aquí en su headquarters lleno de juguetes, prototipos, arte original. Vamos a ver qué nos encontramos y qué nos llevamos, porque él sabe que yo soy coleccionista de tortugas ninja y trajo muchísimo Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles para que lo podamos ver en el canal. Así que vamos a darle a ver qué nos encontramos con mi querido Alex.
Yeah. No habla español, sorry.
Chequen esto, picudos. Estas son tarjetas de prueba. Estas se envían a los ejecutivos para que vieran cómo se veía el arte. Obviamente la figura va aquí con una burbuja. Y ya ellos ponían anotaciones, el nombre más grande, la figura más chica. Hay que cambiar estos colores para que sea más llamativo. Atrás el checklist. Y yo, por ejemplo, tengo algunas que tienen esto en blanco, que son de antes de este proceso. Estas ya están casi terminadas y pues como pueden ver no tienen marcas de pegamento porque nunca han tenido una burbuja pegada ahí. Estas no necesariamente son caras, pero sí son muy muy raras de obtener porque pues bueno, esto es parte de archivos de Playmates. Así que venga, pues ya empezamos con el pie derecho, muy muy bonito. Los vehículos, el Pizza Chopper Backpack. Este era pues no un vehículo, era un accesorio más bien para Mikey. Era una mochila que cortaba pizzas. Pero ya para esta época, cuando Tortugas Ninjas era extremadamente exitoso, literal le daban luz verde a todo con tal de seguir manteniendo el hype en las tiendas y seguir vendiendo juguetes. Hay unos de estos, la mayoría ni siquiera son caros ni raros, pero encontrarlos en estas condiciones, vean nada más estas cajas. Estas cajas son de 1992, 1993, 1990. Tienen más de 30 años y parece que están nuevecitas. Obviamente mi querido Alex sacó todo esto de un case y es por eso que se ven completamente impecables. Wow. Estos son del 89. Ya nada más. Qué bonito está.
I don't know.
What a shot! The double-barreled plunger gun saves the day again. And with their retro catapult, the turtles are giving the foot some of their own medicine.
Anyone remember where we parked?
From Playmates.
So, pre-production stuff.
Ándale.
So this is a different sculpt and stuff even on it. So 'cause here's the actual production figure. There's like the hard copy. That's a pre-production hard copy. It's almost like a different scale even. Like it's a little smaller. Yeah. So
Which one seems smaller?
this one's
figure,
rough.
Right?
This one. Yeah.
Oh,
this
this
is
one
actually a
feels
little
smaller?
Yeah.
Wow.
So because it's all spread out, so it's hard to see, but you can tell like the chest area.
Well, how much would something like this go for?
Like $5,000.
$5,000?
US. Yeah. Wow. How many pesos?
100,000 pesos. 100,000 pesos.
Yeah, right.
Wow, chequen esto. Mi querido Alex está pidiendo 100,000 pesos por el Chrome Dome. Este es un super early pre-production figure. Este es de 1991. Vean qué bonito está el case. Este me parece que lo hizo CAS. Este lo hizo CAS. Vean qué bonito está. Yo únicamente compro prototipos de figuras que sí me gustan mucho, pero este está súper picudo. Y acá, pues bueno, la figura de producción para que la comparen. Esto está cañón. Y vean, acá mi querido Alex los tiene como si fueran tortillas de una tortillería. Tiene más y más y más.
I don't have that much Thundercats anymore, but
Wow.
that one's cool. That's also hard copy. This is pretty close to the production figure, though.
Okay.
I didn't notice like too much different with this. I like a lot of variations and pre-production stuff or stuff, unproduced toys a lot. I'm working on a book of unproduced toys. I'd end up with so much of it. It's like I gotta do this as a book.
Are you gonna sell them at some point?
At some point, yeah.
So the
I'm
only
not sure
thing
if I'm
you keep is
crowdfunding
Star
yet
Wars,
or
right?
do it. Yeah, but Star Wars pre-production and unproduced has been done so well already. There's so much out of it out there. But I have a lot of other stuff that's like never been any books or anywhere. So because the guy's done 3 volumes of unproduced toys already. So and there's a few other videos out there and other information on it. But
wow, this is amazing.
Yeah.
Chequen este Yaga, también se va por $5,000. Qué bonito está. Qué bueno que yo no colecciono Thundercats. I don't like Thundercats.
Yeah. You guys probably just had that thing with the
But this is
the guy that wrote
cool,
the book.
though.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
He did a really good job on that book too. So that. These are kind of fun. This is different. This is art. This is a little different. This is from a horror magazine, but this is from a horror magazine from Mexico. So,
Wow.
Yeah.
From Mexico.
Yeah. That's the artist there.
Can I see that?
But these are actually original. These are original art. So.
Biblioteca Rápida número 94, que curiosamente el 94 lo escribieron al revés, se ve raro. O número 6,
yeah.
H6. El Anticristo contra la Carta de la Fe. Wow, esto es mexicano.
Pretty neat too, yeah.
Y vean cómo ha
It's
llegado por
actually
acá.
these are like original. These are the paintings right here.
Este
And then
parece
this
el
was a
Palacio de
cover,
Bellas
yeah.
Artes. This is like one of the biggest
cathedral,
buildings
yeah.
in Mexico.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
They're really cool. I picked these up. I just like the artwork on it. And I like horror stuff too.
And what do you do with all this stuff?
I don't know. Like I'll frame these and put them up.
Yeah?
Eventually, maybe or something.
You put it
or
somewhere?
sell it. You want to buy them?
No. I don't have anywhere to hang stuff anymore.
Artwork. Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I don't buy artwork anymore.
Yeah. This is a cool set. We'll go to G.I. Joe here. So there's like all the little figures. All the little figures they did.
From when?
From,
Do you remember this?
Yeah, from late 80s, right?
Okay.
The figure came with like a little minifigure.
Yeah.
And I think they were only with, I don't think they sold them individually. It just came with
Yeah, big case,
the regular
right?
3 3/4 figure. You could, I think, mail away for some of them too, as a mail away thing.
And
And
these
I
are
think these were mail,
pre-production or
these were
these
mail
are...
aways too. No, they're production. They're regular
okay.
production.
This is very
But they
cool.
weren't really sold separately. They're sold with the 3 3/4.
And this is a complete set.
Yeah, this is a complete set of all of them. Yeah.
This is very cool.
And these little vehicles too. The little vehicles are a little more of a mystery. I'm not too sure. I think those were a mail away premium, but G.I. Joe did so many mail away stuff, and I'm not a big
Every
expert.
month.
Oh yeah, they had
Every
figure,
month there was something different.
so many mail away stuff. So.
Yeah.
And these I'm a little foggy on. I'm not a good authority.
I don't collect G.I.
G.I. Joe
either,
yeah.
so...
I'm not like a big G.I. Joe.
I'm blank right now.
Yeah. We can go to
Awesome.
Jurassic Park.
So, de acá vamos a sacar Jurassic Park. Ustedes saben que yo soy amante de Jurassic Park.
Unboxing here.
Wow.
Let me just go through all these. So these are what, the 90, what, the 90?
This is for
2001,
third movie.
2001, yeah, sorry.
Third movie.
Was
The
in
one
late
nobody likes, but the figures were very, very
The figures
cool.
are really good. They got so much better.
Yeah.
They can talk to each other.
To a degree we never imagined.
On July 18th,
You probably won't get off this island alive.
not just a walk in the park.
So it's Hasbro instead of Kenner now.
Oh, these ones were the first Hasbro, I remember.
2000, yeah.
Yeah.
Actually Hasbro, Yeah, 2001. So
Chequen esto de la tercera película.
Jurassic Park
Estas
3.
ya eran Hasbro, fue de cuando Kenner dejó de existir. Ahora Hasbro ya revivió la marca Kenner, pero por alguna razón a estas decidieron solo ponerles Hasbro. Y bueno, ahora ya son de Mattel las de Jurassic Park, pero estas están buenas también. Wow, this is very, very cool. Vean acá los humanos.
I can pile them over here and we can go through them all. That one, those are pretty cool. So this is before what? Chaos? Before the Chaos Theory?
No, after the
after
Chaos Effect.
Yeah, after Chaos Effect. Okay.
Chaos Effect was right after the second movie.
Yeah. Okay.
And nobody bought them.
No, bottom. I know.
Yeah,
I actually
and
I do like those. They're
I
cool.
love Chaos
Yeah,
Effect.
yeah.
All the neon colors.
Yep.
Yeah. And then they came out with the third movie, and I don't know if they did well with this.
I don't think these did well. No. Not at all. But they're still not that quite.
Only the first and the Lost World did
Yeah.
way.
But like you said, the figures are great though. They
Yeah.
did an awesome job on these.
Even
things.
the little figures. This is
Yeah,
supposed
the
to be
detail.
a T-Rex. Yeah.
Right.
And
But the detail on the figures
Yeah.
and stuff is all
very, very nice.
outstanding. Yeah. Dr. Grant. That's good.
Oh, and this was supposed to be the comeback of Alan Grant.
Yeah. Right.
And the movie sucks, so
And then, yeah. Right. So yeah. Exactly.
everybody was so excited, and they did such a bad job with the movie.
Of course, Mask. You've seen enough Mask stuff. Though.
Yeah.
I only have the bullet, but I have a few other masks.
You took this one to a show, didn't
I've
you?
had this at a show. Yeah. Yeah. This one's pretty common. So.
What's
A lot of these-
it graded
Well,
at
they
that?
found a bunch of these in Argentina or something, right? They found that
Really?
big stash of them.
Chequen
Yeah.
acá este
Years ago.
Mask graduado 85. Este es el vehículo Bullet, que es un deslizador de agua. How much does this goes for?
That one would be $400 bucks.
Yeah?
Somewhere in there. Yeah.
Vean,
Not too bad.
8,000
But
pesos
it's a
por
really
el
high
Bullet
grade,
graduado.
so-
Yeah, 85.
Yeah.
85 plus, almost
85
90.
plus, almost 90. Yeah. It's really
Wow.
nice.
This box looks clean. Ahí para los coleccionistas que siempre me piden Mask y nunca saco Mask, acá hay una figurita de Bullet.
Yeah, let's see what else is here. I got stuff in here. I think this stuff, no, this is all vinyl stuff. I had stuff at the show. Just kind of random, super random. But there's the
Kinnikuman?
These are muscles, but Kinnikuman. But they're really not. They're like still in the little cards, original.
No way. Where did you get this?
I've had that for a long time. I bought it in Japan.
How much are these?
When I was there, I don't know. I'll give you a good deal.
Wow, I might take these ones. Vean acá las figuritas de Kinnikuman. Estos en Estados Unidos se vendieron como muscle, pero estos son Bandai. Estos son japoneses.
It's kind of like Mexican wrestling though, like
yeah.
Lucha Libre.
Well, in Japan, wrestling is as big as in Mexico.
Yeah, right.
Wow, I'm loving this.
Yeah, these are cool. Do you have a bunch of these already, or do you?
No.
Okay.
I collect action figures from Kinnikuman, but not the original ones, which are these.
Right.
Wow.
These are cool because there's original Japanese on the card, and these are old too. You can tell because they don't have a barcode. It has like a bar. It just has a computer number you had to type in, so you didn't have computer number. So this is pre-barcode. So it's before they had the barcodes, and they're actually made in Japan. They're not made in China.
Early 80s.
Not made in China.
Well, they started making things in China after the 91.
Yeah. It's cool. They're cool. It almost comes like a little animation cell in there too. It looks
Look
like
at
a
that.
little animation cell. Yeah, so they're pretty neat.
Wow.
I bought these in Japan like years.
Can we
and
set
years
these
ago.
apart? I might take these ones.
Okay. I got a Wienermobile. That's really common. That's a good Americana right there.
Yeah.
That was from the Olympics, like back a long time ago.
Atlanta? let me see that. I think
That's
this
fine.
is Atlanta, right? 92 Olympics team.
92.
Yeah, Atlanta. I was there before the bomb exploded.
Oh yeah, okay.
So what do you do with all these toys? You just keep buying and buying?
Buying, but some of the stuff I've had forever. Because I've been collecting 40 years now or something.
That was going to be my next question.
Yeah, so long.
Vean acá,
These are all
Tortugas
good
Ninja,
grades too.
Navy SEAL Mike por $500, graduado 80. O sea, este está prácticamente nuevo.
So a lot of stuff, yeah, was for the collection of Mark Friedman. Yeah. So he was the guy.
Mark Friedman collection.
He's the guy who worked with Playmates and the creators of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle to get the toys made, basically. So he had.
This
I
one
think
is
he
beautiful.
kept samples of a lot of stuff. He had a lot of pre-production things and.
Well, somebody told me when they were working with these toys, they will send them like tons of toys, and it was more expensive to send them back than just to keep them.
Keep them, right.
Most of the people that work in the art and writing everything in the back and all that stuff kept everything because it was too expensive to send it
You're
back.
not gonna send it back, right?
And Playmates and Mattel were just like, no.
Just keep it. Who
just
cares?
finish the work and keep
right,
everything.
Exactly. Right.
Yeah.
There's another. There's a graded one, but
That's a very cool
That's
one.
without the
85.
papers. Somewhere around, I did have the papers. I think they're upstairs though.
Yeah, they come with like an envelope, right? Look, that's the same
The
figure.
same one, yeah, just different grade. That's an 85.
Oh, it's an 85.
There's an 80, yeah. So that's
Who do you
actually-
trust more,
and this is
FAA or
cast.
or CAS?
You know, they're equal. I consider them equal, really.
You think?
I think so.
Because-
Cast may be a little more generous sometimes now.
That's what everybody says. Like, if you
But-
have an 85
Yeah.
FAA, it might be a 90 in CAS.
I've seen them like get pretty even now, though. The
Yeah.
two of them, like they seem to be. But AFA, I think they do have new graders now, and they're like getting more strict. But I have ones that look identical. Like I'll have one that even looks a little better, and they graded it lower than the other one I have.
it's
you
good.
know.
Well, when it's humans doing that, it's just there's a margin of error.
Right. Yeah, but it should be pretty scientific now, where you have a little report card and you mark down, scale 1 to 10, everything, paint,
Plus,
plastic.
every day people are finding warehouses.
It's true.
And when you put in the streets like 100 figures graded 85, there's just no market for them.
There's not,
anymore.
right, and it saturates
So,
the market,
yeah.
But then you're
crazy.
getting, plastic degeneration now too, where it's like degrading. The plastics are degrading, so they're just coloring, and those get marked down for that, even though it's completely out of anybody's control.
Yeah.
It's like, it's a 40-year-old figure or something. That's an engineering pilot.
This is very,
which
very
is really cool. It looks pretty identical to the actual production one.
So this is pre-production figure.
That's pre-production, yeah.
Wow.
So it does have a little different, I think, the country manufacturer on the back or some copyright stuff.
Hydro
But it's very, very.
Viper.
I've compared it with the original, actual one, and it looks pretty identical. But
Wow, this might be my favorite G.I. Joe figure I've ever seen.
I love the artwork. It's so
The artwork
beautiful.
is super, super
Right.
cool. It looks like a mermaid or something
Yeah.
like that.
No, it's merman.
Wow, this is very, very cool. I love this figure.
Yeah. Could be yours. I'll give
For
you a deal. I'll give you a deal.
1,500?
I'll give you a deal.
All right, I think about it. This is very, very cool. I really like it. And what do you have here? Oh, this is one of my favorite ones.
I know, it's so rad. Heavy metal,
Yeah.
the punker. It's so cool. They just did all this stuff, man. They just years and years. They just kept.
I love this and
pushing
this
it-
cool boss
pushing the
that turns
envelope.
into
Oh yeah, it transforms.
Yeah.
Into the robot.
a big scenario for them to play.
Yeah.
is
Right. Oh
very,
yeah.
very
The one-
cool.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. It has this, the DJ tables all come out
Yeah.
and everything. Right.
Wow.
So
Vean.
yeah, they're
Por
definitely
14,000
pushing the envelope.
pesos, un graduado 85 Heavy Metal Rough puede ser tuyo. Digo, obviamente mi querido Alex siempre me da buen precio, pero estos son sus precios de convención. Para los Star Warianos, vamos a hacer un unboxing que le acaba de llegar de graduarlos.
I do have a whole box of superpower figures we can look at too.
Superpowers.
Graded superpowers. So I haven't even opened these yet. Oh, look at that. That one's good.
What is
But
this?
it's only a 65 though. See here, here's a good example. Cass, they gave this figure a 65.
Okay.
The figure looks great. I mean, it looks really nice.
It does look great.
I mean, AFA may have graded that higher even. So I don't know. So
Snaggletooth Dent in Boot.
yeah.
Blue Sears exclusive. Vean nada más.
Alex, tell us about that figure.
This came in a Sears set, the Cantina Adventure. I think yeah. And it was a little cardboard backdrop with 4 figures in it. And
So why he's so rare?
that he only came in that set. Like they didn't know what
And the
Snaggletooth looked like.
Snaggletooth, it's smaller, right?
Like
Now?
Kenner only had a little picture of him. They didn't know like how big he was or what size. Yeah, he was supposed to be a little guy. And at Snaggletooth, actually, the figure they finally made was out of the Star Wars Holiday Special. Was the little red guy. But this one, I think they only had black and white pictures. They didn't know it was red instead of blue. His outfit, and that's what they came out with. And it's like, that's not right. I mean, but Lucasfilms approved it probably if it got made, but it was only for Sears. So it was in
Well,
that Sears
you
set
can only
only.
imagine if they send 100 figures like to get approved. They were like, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they all look good.
Keep it
Right.
going because we need to sell toys right now.
Yeah, right, exactly.
So,
whoever at Lucas probably didn't know what he looked like either, probably.
How much would something like this go for?
Like him, since he's only a 65, he's probably still $400 or something.
$400 for a loose figure.
Even for a 65, yeah.
Oh, wow.
But he's in really nice shape. So he's really good shape for a 65, you know.
Vean eso.
So
8,000 pesos por una figura luz de Blue Snaggletooth, que bueno, es raro, pero pues bueno, ahí está.
So here's another nice one. So that only came out
Jack
in
face.
Europe and I think Australia, Canada, you know.
Oh, wow.
Not United States. I think it came
Really?
out. Yeah.
Wow.
So
And this is an 85. This is very, very
yeah, very
cool.
high grade. But
I mean, it looks brand new.
It looks brand new.
Yeah.
I'm sure AFA would have probably given that 85 too, probably.
So how much
close.
would something like this go for?
He would be he'd be more up there. That'd probably be an easy $1,000,
$1,000.
maybe more.
Wow.
$1,200.
Alrededor de 20 y 25,000 pesos por este Jack Face.
Yeah.
Este no se vendió en Estados Unidos, que está curioso, pero vean nada más, este se ve nuevo.
Estas dos que acaba de sacar son de las figuras que más busca la gente. El
Sí.
Jack Face y el...
Wow, this is beautiful. Even I don't like Star Wars,
Right.
I really like this
Yeah,
figure.
he's one of my favorite. I like Yaffa. And there's like Power of the Force line.
How many of those
They're
do you
getting
have?
really good. I have several. I have a carded one.
I know, I know you
I
have everything.
have a first shot.
Really?
The first shot's, you can find it though. It's not that rare. There's one on eBay right now, I think, if you wanted a first shot one of the. But that's more
wow.
like, $20,000 or something, That's cool. Superpowers.
Golden Pharaoh.
I actually have a whole box of superpowers if you want to.
Yeah, sure.
We can dig through them and go through it. I almost have a whole set.
Wow, this is a beautiful setup. Look at that.
Yeah, that is really nice. See,
This looks
I think
beautiful.
Cass does do a better job, like presenting.
I always say
in the
that.
box. But yeah, they can come loose.
When it
Those
comes with loose figures to
Yeah.
put it together,
Right.
they will do the best job ever.
Yeah.
But all these little plastic things, all the
Right.
holders,
Yeah.
will get loose at some point.
Right. They do if they get knocked around. Yeah.
Have you seen the
But
Centurions ones?
same with AFA. Like I had that R2.
Yeah.
They'll get knocked around and I don't know where I put it. But the pegs will come loose on those too. So you gotta just be careful with them. Yeah.
Have you seen the Centurions ones? Where they will put all the pieces around the action figure and the action figure in the center.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
They will
yeah.
make a big case like
Right,
that.
right,
They
yeah.
look beautiful.
Yeah. These are all just more Star Wars.
Oh, let me see that. What- Is that
But
a
this
Darth Vader?
one's yeah. But this one's crazy rare because this one's a Takara one.
The Japanese?
So Japanese, yeah. So this is made in Japan, the Takara. And this was actually made in Japan. It's a different sculpt on it.
No way.
And it has a little screw in the back, which you can't see
Because of the cape.
Because of the cape, but
Wow. And this is an 85.
I could have had him graded without the cape, like off, and like that's an 85, yeah.
Wow.
That was off a card. That was brand new off a card. So.
You pull it off
I
the
got
card?
that from a good friend. No, the bubble is already loose. So it was like, I have the card for it though.
El empaque del Darth Vader Takara se estaba despegando
I
naturalmente
was
por el
almost going to
peso
package it with the card because I had the white background
Yeah.
on this one originally, yeah.
y decidieron mandarlo a graduar mejor suelto para ver qué obtenían y les dieron un 85. Vean qué bonito está. So how much would something like this go?
Ooh, a couple $1,000 probably.
Yeah?
Graded that higher grade,
Wow. Alrededor de
Sí.
40,000 pesos o $2,000 por esta figura. Qué bonito está. Y Darth Vader es como
Carded
it's like
versions
one
are
of the
like-
most popular
Yeah,
figures.
card version like $5,000-$10,000 probably, you know, for a carded one.
Dice
Because
que
I
si
had that white
estuviera en
background.
tarjeta sería so 10,000 for a card one.
Probably.
Wow.
I wouldn't doubt
Alrededor
it.
de
It could go up there.
$10,000.
A high grade, if it's 85, probably.
Alrededor de 200,000 pesos si esta figura estuviera perfecta en su empaque.
We can see in a few days. There's one auction at Hakes coming up, so we'll see
Wow.
what it goes for.
Do you go into auctions a lot?
I do. Yeah, I check them out. Occasionally I buy stuff, but a lot of times they'll go for so much. It's like that one's
Luke
a
Skywalker.
PvP, I think that one actually. So
Luke
which is Spain,
Skywalker.
made in Spain.
No cool one line LFL.
Yeah.
Hoop battle gear 75 plus. Wow.
This is the hollow tube sand person. So he has the little tubes down there were hollow. This came out later, like with the Return of the Jedi on the Return of the Jedi card. But
Wow,
by
so
that,
so
by
much
that,
variance
by that, by,
to- for
oh, there
Star
were so
Wars,
many.
right?
There's so many of them. And there's little things too, and then you can get into the little, country of origins on the back and other things too, where it gets
This one is
pretty
an
nutty.
80. How much would something like this go for?
He's probably $300-400.
$300-400 bucks?
Yeah,
This is a cool figure.
yeah. He's really really neat. So.
Como 4,000 o 6,000 pesos por esta figura. Bien, ahí para los que les gusta Star Wars, díganme qué opinan de todo lo que acabamos de ver graduado.
What are you doing?
Negotiating.
What's going on?
We need passage across our land.
We can go. I can open up the superpower box and take a look at stuff in there. There's a carded Luke here, so.
Carter Luke.
Carded Luke. I haven't even opened these. These just came in from Cass, so.
So you're just finding out?
Yeah,
what
yeah,
grades
like
are you
let's see,
getting?
yeah. You know,
Wow.
they actually, that's a nice thing on their website, on Cass. When they invoice you, when they're done grading it, they actually have it. You can go in the portal there and
Yeah.
see the grade.
And they will send you an
include these
email with all your
They include these
grading.
little, little paper, little report
Yeah.
card there.
All your
too, which is nice.
certificates?
Little certificate, which is nice, yeah. So that's 80. Sounds nice.
Wow. So what's the difference in price between this and the loose one?
Quite a bit. I mean, that's probably $1,000 or $1,500 or something.
Wow.
You know. The loose
Entre
one.
20 y 30,000
This-
pesos.
this
Este está
one-
graduado 80.
This one wouldn't be much, but the loose one's a variation, so.
Okay.
They got a few Luke Hoths in there. Oh, this one.
Luke Skywalker Hood Battle Gear.
Here, lens. Lens popped out. What's this one? This is a General Madine. This is kind of one of the weirdest. I can consider one of the weirdest figures they kind of made.
Really?
Yeah, kind of, because it's like, I don't know, he's just barely in there. not exactly a, yeah. There's fans of this figure though, so. It's General Nadine. I actually met him. He was at the ICCC in Tennessee.
Really?
Like recently, yeah, he was really cool actually. But he said a lot of his stuff he did got cut, so it wasn't even in the movie. So
No way.
yeah, like most of his
So
stuff.
this one is not in the movie?
Well, he is in there, but just really quick.
Barely.
Barely. But he filmed a lot more footage that didn't make it, so. Like, actually, I think this actual scene of him here, it didn't make it in the movie.
They say you can make another movie out of all the scenes that
Oh, I'm sure, yeah, all the
didn't
stuff. Yeah.
get approved at the end.
I know, right, exactly. This one's actually on the Japanese card.
This looks brand new. I
know,
can't
it's
believe they
really-
give you an 80. Probably
No.
because of the...
Yeah, the tab there, but how clear the bubble is,
Wow.
too.
This is
Because that's the
amazing.
problem, a lot of these bubbles are yellowing.
Yeah. Most of the Star Wars figures, right?
It's kind of getting not most of the later stuff, like Return of the Jedi, and it's the early stuff like the 12 backs. Those are pretty good.
And you know what that is or no?
Well,
That
this one,
make all the bubbles green or yellowish?
it's whatever they use for the plastics, whatever for the bubble.
I've opened
Yeah.
brand new cases
Right,
of
and
turtles,
It'll be yellow, yeah.
and they will have 3 figures
Right.
with that problem, and
Right.
the
they're
rest
not.
is clear.
I mean, sometimes manufactured, but those were probably all made in the same factory.
Yeah.
So
It was
like,
crazy.
why some bubble does it and other ones don't?
To me, it's
I
still
mean,
a
it's
mystery.
been like I don't know, like temperatures. But
But it was
yeah.
the same
case,
Same
same
case.
factory.
Half of them were yellow, and the
Yeah.
other one were perfect.
You have to ask someone, have someone chime in who's a.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like a scientific, right?
Yeah, exactly.
This is
This one's cool because this one's from Japan, so has a Japan on it.
So when you open all these figures that you're thinking about selling, and you get like a good grade, did you just keep it and
yeah.
this is
right,
going
right.
to
Exactly.
my
This is
private
going to
collection?
my- Exactly.
Or
get
you
excited.
upgrade yours, right?
Yeah. There is a version of this figure though, the Tri-Logo figure, that goes for like $20,000-$30,000 and stuff.
No way.
With the Tri-Logo, yeah.
$30,000.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it goes for crazy money. Yeah, there's one that was auctioned recently. And it was way up there. Yeah.
Y por un
So-
personaje que ni
But it's
siquiera
the
aparece
one
en
that
la
has the
película.
Tri-Logo, like the 3.
But it's crazy
yeah.
that it's a character that barely shows in the movie.
Yeah, exactly.
And people is
And people
willing
has
to
the
pay
following. I know.
$30K for it.
It has the following, exactly.
Wow.
Oh, this one, yeah. This is always one of my favorite. Like, Kenner made these, like, their own concept, basically. Which is kind of strange.
This is a beautiful box. I've never seen like the...
Yeah, it's cool. A lot of people like it because it has Bosk. Like Bosk on it. A lot of Bosk collectors out there.
This is... What grade did they give you? CAS 80.
Yeah, which is nice for that because that's hard because the flap always got folded back. So it's
Yeah,
hard to have
everybody has problems with
Yeah,
those
because the
flaps.
flaps, yeah.
Yeah, like $6 Million Man and all those figures.
Right.
Always
All the ones
have,
with the flaps. So this one's nice straight flaps. So this is like out of a case.
Yeah, this is a
So,
beautiful box.
It was still sealed, and so, but yeah, it's always been one of my favorites. I have little mini rigs, they called those, and they're strange because it was Kinner's own little creations. They like made them from scratch, kind of thing. Not in the movie. Never showed them up in the movie.
So this was never in the movie?
No, it was never. No.
Wow, it's very
not
cool.
in there.
Well, when you're selling toys like crazy,
Yeah.
it's like Ninja Turtles. Half of the
Right.
toys were never in the show.
No. But the funny, because Star Wars had such a big universe, so there's a lot of stuff they could have made, didn't make. Instead, they made this stuff.
Or they can take it and put it somewhere else.
Yeah, right.
in
Well, that's
a
the funny
show or a
thing.
movie or
Some of these
anything.
things did eventually show up in like Clone Wars
Yeah.
or Rebels or they
Comics.
made the troop transport. Yeah, and comics and
Yeah.
stuff.
Wow.
They put the
This is
toy.
beautiful.
Did product placement and ended up the toy actually didn't end up becoming canon, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So these are all just loose graded.
No way.
But
Can I hold that?
yeah.
Wow, ven esto. The Cyborg. Oh, no way. It's something.
No,
no. It's
that's
the
how they cased them.
figures.
I know. Now, see, the thing is also AFA, they weren't doing superpowers for a long time. I don't know if they're even doing it now.
Right now, they don't do any
Yeah,
loose
only
figures.
just loose Star Wars though. Well, they stopped doing all loose for a little while just
Yeah.
to catch up, and then I think they started doing loose Star Wars again.
I brought a Wonder
Yeah.
with He-Man, and they told me no way.
Right.
So I had to
So-
go with a friend of mine who knows the owner,
Yeah, okay.
and they put it in just
Get
for
in.
him.
Right,
It
right.
was crazy.
Yeah, exactly. You had to know somebody.
Wow, this is
but
very, very
castle
cool.
grade, anything, everything.
How much would this go for?
That's probably a good.
This is one of the rarest
yeah
pieces,
He's probably,
right?
because it's 85 plus. And it's probably what, $1,500 or something.
Wow,
Probably, right?
30,000 pesos por este Cyborg. Es una de las figuras más raras de Superpowers.
Hey, Luthor, here comes your fan club.
Cyborg.
I don't believe it. Defeated by a teenage Tin Man.
So all of them are loose?
All these are all loose, but they're all really nice. That's a
Prototype.
first shot head, yeah. The head. The rest of the figure is production, but the head was a first shot unpainted.
Wow, ven
It's a
eso.
little different color, like the gray.
Esta, la cabeza es prototipo, pero la figura, o el
Yeah,
cuerpo
here's
ya
the
es
regular.
algo terminado.
Yeah.
Mira.
So he originally had a blue head instead of the
Yeah.
gray head, so yeah.
Wow, this is beautiful.
But this one's a 90 too.
No way. That's
So,
cool.
Yeah.
Look at that, Superman.
That's a high grade too. And
85 for Clark Kent.
Clark Kent. He looks a lot like Superman, huh? It's
Yeah.
weird. It's really
Yeah,
weird.
yeah. I think he might be
Except
Superman.
he has glasses though, so it can't
Yeah.
be Superman.
Yeah.
It can't actually be
Superman has a supervision, so why would he use
Why would he have glasses? Right. So it can't be him.
Your Superman is 90.
Yeah, I know, it's really nice
Wow,
too.
this
These were all
is very,
ones
very
I had.
nice.
I bought like a big set that was like off the card basically. Like
Yeah?
there was a collector that had it, and he just like opened them all, but not, didn't even display them. I think he probably opened them, put them away in a tub.
I
or
like
something.
this pair. Look at that.
Yeah, that's a great.
They
So
look
those could have
beautiful.
been. See, Cass will do stuff like little custom cases, a little case that they could case those two together, and do like a little set of those.
I went to
guys.
do undercover Ninja Turtles, all
right,
four of
that'd be
them
really cool.
together in,
Right,
in a
right.
case.
Right. So I've kind of become a more loose collector than carded collector.
No.
One thing because of space, because all the space carded figures take up. But also you can see the figure all the way around when it's cased, you can see the back
Like
of
that?
it. Yeah.
That's beautiful.
I know,
even
look
from
at
the
that. It
back.
looks really cool, right? Yeah. So
Wow.
But and if you're collecting, it's much cheaper doing loose too. Because carded figures are gotten so expensive now. So
Oh, look at that.
So-
Joker.
that one's really
Joker
high, too.
90.
90 also.
This is very, very cool.
Yeah.
And look
I
at
really
this
like the
figure.
superpowers are really cool. I haven't gotten into the new because it came out with all the ones now, like McFarlane Toys, all those new ones. And it's just like, I don't know. I mean, it's neat. They've continued with it, but
Yeah. Man, I got Hawkman.
I've kind of stuck just
85.
to the vintage ones.
This is one of the hardest to keep clean, and this is very, very
He
nice.
is, yeah.
Wow. Look at that.
Yeah.
That looks very, very cool.
Right.
This is my favorite out of them all. Plastic Man.
Oh, Plastic Man, yeah. He's hard to get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
85. Vean nomás este Plastic Man, qué bonito está.
He was popular in Mexico, though, huh? Plastic Man.
Not really.
No.
Y Aquaman.
No.
Chequen esto, acá está Plastic Man y Aquaman. Dos de mis favoritos. Obviamente Plastic Man es mi all-time favorite. Vean nomás qué bonitos están. Y hay un set completo aquí de Superpowers. Está interesante. Vean acá el pingüino. Vean qué bonito case. This looks very cool with the
Yeah,
umbrella
looks
on
really
the
nice.
side.
Right.
Vean nada más cómo hace el display cast con la sombrilla acá, el bastón y la figura en el centro. Estos están
Most
hermosos.
cool. This has a little sticker on the back even here too, like inserting the umbrella in there. It's kind of neat to have that.
Like the instructions.
Yeah. On the underside. Insert
So
handle
are
under
you
the
selling
underside.
this as a set?
Nah,
or each figure?
it's kind of more my own collection.
Oh,
you
it's
know.
yours then.
Yeah.
Wow,
I was
very
really-
cool.
I
Vean
could
acá.
I could sell them easily.
Robin por este 80K. ¿Ya vieron cómo las piernitas cambian de color?
Yeah, see, that's discolored a little,
Yeah?
which
Maybe that's why they give you the 80.
that's why I got an 80 because the figure's like perfect. So, but that
Especially
plastic-
when you have a face and the hair
yeah,
that clean.
Right. Yeah, there's no rubs. Yeah.
Wow, this is beautiful.
But with the the color, just the plastics,
Oh, Lex Luthor.
degenerating plastics. It's kind of.
Wow, look at those colors. Vean nada más los colores, la paleta de colores del Lex Luthor. Verde con rosa. 85. Esto es parte de su colección privada. Estos no los va a vender, pero nos los está enseñando porque están simplemente hermosos. So you like now loose figures other than...
Yeah, I kind of doing more loose.
Carded?
lately, yeah, more than carded.
Yeah, space is
Because
something
of
to
space,
think
that's
about
a
it.
big thing.
Yeah.
But cost,
Vean acá a la Mujer Maravilla. Este está grado 85 plus, casi le dan 90. Vean cómo toda la pintura de la cara y del trajecito están impecables. Esto, siempre que vean una figura suelta, traten de que el cabello y la cara se vean bien. Esas son las que por lo general les dan mejor graduación y que la pintura no esté raspada. Es muy, muy raro porque son juguetes jugados por niños, pero estos están perfectos. This is perfect.
Yeah, that was really nice.
Wow.
Yeah, because the rope's all wound still.
Yeah.
So, one I still don't have, Riddler, because I think it only came out
In Argentina or
in
something
Argentina,
like that, right?
Is it right? South America.
It was a Green Lantern painted like a Riddler.
I guess we can just go through 85. That one's kind of funky. That's a 90 also.
Wow. And you're going to display them or just keep them in the box?
I'll probably set them all up. I know.
Right?
I'll set them all up eventually. I got to put up another display case in my house.
So you're looking for a Riddler? I might be
Yeah,
able to
yeah.
hook you.
Yeah,
with
if you
that.
find a really nice Riddler that'd
Yeah.
be like a loose 85, that'd be great.
Look at that. Martian Manhunter. Este también es uno de mis favoritos. Vean qué bonito está. Este está graduado 85 por CAS. Y acá, este es uno de los que nadie pela. Este se llama Firestorm. This is like the easiest figure, right?
Flash, probably.
Flash?
Flash.
No.
Because Flash, they had so many of these. I think it was going to be a mail away thing or something. Because there's so many, there's cases and cases in the bags. Like the
Oh, I
Kinder
didn't know
bag.
that. Yeah?
Oh, millions of them. Yeah, there's like just boxes and boxes.
I have a test shot.
Yeah.
Of
Oh, that's
Flash.
cool. Yeah, I think he's probably the most common out of all the superpower figures.
Oh wow, that's probably my favorite.
But then second, yeah, is probably. I think because he was probably definitely a peg warmer back in the day.
Darkseid.
Darkseid. That's a 90 also.
Wow, vean esto, a este le dieron 90. Vean nomás qué figurón.
So they never came out of this fortress though, but they had like.
Comparado con una figura normal, eso me gusta que lo escalaron súper picudo, como si fuera un gigante. It looks like a giant.
Yeah.
Look at that.
There's a lot of plastic there.
Wow, vean,
These
este
are
se
cool
ve como un
too.
gigante.
These had features where
Yeah.
the arms would swing and stuff, so it was kind of neat.
Back in the day when they were action figures,
Right, and it actually did something, yeah. Because that's one thing that Star Wars figures never did anything.
Este está
Other than they
hermoso.
were going to have a rocket firing one. I should have brought that in. I should have brought my rocket firing Boba Fett.
You didn't bring it?
Nah, I didn't bring it in. I should have brought it. I should have brought it down for you.
90. Wow, this is beautiful. I really love this Darkseid. Shazam 85 plus. Muy, muy bonito. Oh, and there's another Shazam figure.
There's two versions, yeah, right.
The other one is Bolt or something like that? It was like an Argentinian
But
or
Argentina
something.
also, yeah, right.
Oh.
I don't know how official that is, though. I don't know. I know the Riddler for sure. I'm not sure about Bolt.
The Riddler is... El acertijo era la misma figura que Green Lantern, pero pintado como el acertijo. Y por acá tenemos a... Este sí no sé, a Orión de la serie 3.
It's colored. It's yellowed, so it's only 80.
And they give you an 80.
Yeah.
Wow, this is cool as well. Qué bonitos están. Y por último, tenemos Parademon. This one is easier too, right?
Yeah, that one was. Yeah, that was always a peg warmer too. This is what mail away, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know if it came on the card.
Parademon 80. Este está muy, muy bonito. Los colores de esta figura están padrísimos. That's
It is
75 plus?
It's 75 plus, so it's a 78.9.
Do you think that might be from the sticker on the front?
No, I don't know if they're supposed to mark down much for those. But there's a little nick there and there's a little nick there, and I think that's like it, I guess, because the bubble's like perfect almost. So, but they'd be getting more strict too now. So
Yeah.
I mean, AFA that'd probably be a 75. I mean, probably. So.
Está muy, muy bonito.
Yeah. So I don't know. There's a little yellowing on the figure, but the card actually I think got a 75. The bubble and figure were fine. So.
Y vean acá, para todos los fanáticos de Chuck Norris, el superhéroe americano por excelencia. Este va por $500, está graduado 80 por AFA. Este está muy bonito, es del 86. Vean nada más. It used to go for $2?
Yeah. See, back in the day, there was a store called KB's up here.
Yeah.
KB's Toy Stores. They'd have clearance stuff all the time, like great deals. I went in there as a kid and I bought a lot and like collected it.
Really?
You know, yeah. Like I bought that originally from the store, from the peg. Like,
Wow.
19 what?
Chuck Norris es considerado el primer héroe de acción americano. Vean nada más. Este fue el que puso de moda a Van Damme, a Arnold, a Sylvester Stallone, a todos los demás héroes de acción.
1986. Yeah,
Pero Chuck Norris siempre será el
But
primero.
here's the line, but I think they had a few more.
Other than this?
Yeah, well, this is 1986.
Yeah.
So I think they continued the line a little more. I have a prototype. I have a first shot of this one, I think, actually. Yeah,
Este
that
está
figure.
interesante porque lo manosearon tanto que llegó a una caja de descuento y está tan bueno que llegó a ser 80 en AFA. Imagínense cómo lo agarraban ahí en la tienda de KB Toys así de, este ya no sirve, pónganlo en descuento. Todo lo que pasó esta figura y que no le haya pasado nada desde 1986 y ahora se va por $500. Eso está muy interesante. Wow. Este Chuck Norris está muy, muy bonito.
Norris Karate Commandos.
Break it up, crack it down, fight, wash the beetle wherever they're found.
Location Hong Kong Harbor. Assignment, locate smuggled warheads. Oh no, Ninja Warriors! Read 9 through 3, perfect strikes.
Here's the other Takara.
Stormtrooper?
Yeah. But that's the Japanese one.
Vean nada más, un Stormtrooper japonés Takara. Este está grado 80 plus. How much would something like this be?
Also a couple $1,000s.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Wow, este se va por
But
unos
it has a
40,000
little
pesos.
screw. It has a Phillips head screw in the back. Yeah.
Miren, ahí está el tornillito.
And
de
it was
que es
actually
japonés.
actually made in Japan. He's a little shorter. His hips are a little wider. It's a little different. It's a different sculpt.
Aquí lo que nos dicen es que es un poquito más caderón y un poquito más chaparro que los Kenner americanos.
The face is a little different and stuff. Yeah.
You can really tell from the face.
You can kind of tell. Yeah. It's a little hard because they also did a C3PO too, which I have that also. His sculpt, his head's totally different, yeah.
Wow.
So.
Vean esto, 40,000 pesos por esto que tengo en mis manos. Esto está increíble. Este sí está muy, muy bonito.
One last superpower figure, Mr. Freeze. He was a peg warmer too, but he's gotten really valuable now.
Wow, vean a Super
So he's like
Freeze.
hard to get because the string, the little lines,
Yeah.
like deteriorate really bad.
This might be my favorite figure from Superpowers.
There's like a purple head and a clear head. But the clear head I think was the later Toy Biz ones, right?
Okay.
So you got to get that smoke.
The purple one.
The purple smoke head, yeah.
Este Mr. Freeze, vean qué bonito
I
está.
want to see the clear ones.
Ni siquiera se parece a Mr. Freeze. Parece un personaje completamente
I think
diferente.
the Toy Biz one was almost very, very, very close. So.
This is beautiful.
Yeah.
And this is your collection or is for
This is mine.
business?
This is mine, but I'd probably sell some of these.
Where do you put all this? Do you have a display in your house?
I do, yeah. I have one room that's just all display cases all the way around. But it's mostly Star Wars stuff, 90% of it, And then I have a lot of Japanese toys, too. I have a big Japanese toy collection. So that's just a regular 75, not even a high grade. This is probably one of your cheaper figures you probably ever possibly get. Like this one's probably like a couple $100 or something. But it costs $80 to grade it.
Yeah. Sí,
So
hay
it's
veces que mandarlos graduar sale más caro que
where
la figura en
it may
sí.
cost more to grade it than.
Pero si es un
it's
coleccionista
worth.
pesado de Star Wars como él, todas sus figuras en su casa se ven perfectas, todas impecables, formadita, una tras otra, muy parecido a lo que Dallas Vintage Toys tiene en la tienda, pero él lo tiene en su casa, obviamente con piezas increíbles como el Fire and Rocket Boba Fett.
So this one's cool because this one, the neat thing with it, it's a really common figure otherwise, but the back because it has like the blank back.
Oh,
and
no
I haven't been able
way.
to get a good story. Someone probably knows out there.
Wow.
If it was made for just some foreign market, they just didn't put it back on it.
Probably for the pictures, right?
Or it's pre-production.
I think it's pre-production, 100%.
But I've seen a few of them out there. It's not.
I've never seen one.
Yeah.
Vean
It's kinda
esto.
neat, though.
Esta es una figura muy común de los cazafantasmas. Este es Ray Stan de Fright Features. Pero vean cómo atrás no tiene el checklist ni nada de la propaganda del mail away ni nada. Esto está increíble. Creo que yo nunca había visto una y él dice que ya ve muchas, que es muy común para él verlas. How much would something like this go for?
$500. This one
500?
probably, just because it is kind of
Alrededor de
a little more
$500
oddball.
por la
It's
rareza
not really
de...
a rare figure, though.
Yeah, it's a very common figure.
Yeah, very common figure.
Alrededor de 10,000 pesos por la rareza de
But
que
just
no
'cause of
tiene
that.
imágenes ni nada atrás, pero pues es una figura como de $50.
And it's graded, decent grade,
75 plus.
75 for pre-production stuff. Here's Bosk. He's one of my favorites. I talked to somebody like,
Bosk?
I don't like Bosk. It's like, I actually really like Bosk. He's really neat. It's a neat figure.
There's a Star Wars figures for
I
everybody.
think because I'm a Star Trek fan also, so there's always mine the Gorn or something,
And you go against your own beliefs?
Yeah, there's like Gorn.
What do you like better, Star Trek or Star Wars?
I'm still more a Star Wars fan.
Yeah.
But Star Trek I really like too. Like there's some that are like, one or the other, that's it, But I was a Star Trek fan first because it was out first.
Yeah. Earlier. Y vean acá, picudos, nos vamos a llevar los Kinnikuman o Muscleman, como los conozcan ustedes. Ahorita me dijo que cada uno cada set, cada 2-pack por $50, pero que si me llevo todos, me hace un buen descuento. So, what are you thinking?
$350.
$350 for all of them?
Yeah.
Wow. Vean eso, 7,000 pesos por todos los Kinnikuman originales de Japón. Estos están muy bonitos, están sellados. Y la vez que sueltos se van como por 200 pesos, entonces a lo mejor 7,000 pesos por estos que sí son japoneses es un muy, muy buen precio, así que me voy muy, muy feliz. Tristemente, el personaje principal, que es Kinnikuman o Muscleman, está volteado hacia la tarjeta, entonces no sé, estoy tentado a abrirlo y regresarlo. Ya nada más tiene una grapa, o ¿ustedes qué piensan? ¿Lo dejamos así o qué onda? Y me quería llevar el Hydro Viper, pero me está diciendo que es un piloto de prueba, que por eso está tan caro. Y la verdad es que por $1,500 a lo mejor prefiero dejárselo a otro coleccionista que le interese más este tipo de artículos. Así que venga, picos, yo me voy muy muy feliz con mis Kinnikuman fabricados por Bandai. Curiosamente estos no tienen código de barras, tienen un número como de artículo de la tienda. Esto lo tienen que checar con su inventario. Y pues con esto me voy muy feliz, alrededor de 7,000 pesos. Pónganme ahí en los comentarios qué opinan. Si les gusta este tipo de contenido, no olviden suscribirse, activar su campanita y dejarme su like. Mi nombre es Ariel y esto fue Unpunched.